Hey, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 42, Arcade Bottom Feeders. Come back to my original pen. My first pen I ever owned, an F14 Tomcat. Got a decent deal on this bad boy. I'm hoping I can bring it back to its former glory. And who knows, conquer a demon that plagued our repair career for 6-7 years.
I would just say it was like the original headache.
Yeah.
Should we show them the new headache over here on the table before we cut?
Right, yeah. The Playfield's been stripped on this guy, so we got a few things to add back to it.
So stick around, and episode 42 is about to begin.
42!
I'm Walter Day, the father of esports, and you're watching Matty Mo's Arcade.
Welcome back to episode 42. It's Arcade Bottom Feeders. Have y'all missed us? We haven't been around much.
All right. I say you didn't have to do all the showmanship when we come back.
This ain't showmanship. They miss me. You miss the talent, right? I miss the talent.
So we're going to put it back together and stand it up, and I don't think we're going to put the Playfield all the way back together in this episode, but...
No, I might add some, there's a protective sheet we can put over it and would help with some cupping if there's any cupping, and also preserve the art of the Playfield.
Mike was saying it's got a pretty good Playfield on it, so we'll get the legs on it and check that out, and that's definitely a good option, which I did recommend on your original. Well, he had two F14s, but
yeah,
one
was always just a gift from my brother-in-law, but
I'll let you tell that story while we get her set up. Yeah, there was two originally.
Two originals. So
that's how we met.
Yeah, I think you've heard that story actually.
It's been a while.
So this guy. Yep, F14. The first pen I bought back in. Jeez.
Sorry about the lighting and the camera angles. We're gonna try to just do the best we can right now.
No excuses. I'm trying to think when I bought this guy originally.
Didn't you say it was maybe 2004 or 2006? I was thinking.
No, it was even earlier now. It was around 2000, I'd say.
What year's?
I'm trying to think how old I am at this point.
What year is the machine?
87.
Oh yeah, okay, it is
So,
80s machine.
Yeah, I picked up my first one for $800. It was fully working, and I found out from a guy at work. Well, you know what? It had to be between 2002 and now because I was working at Lincoln. So
make sure you speak up.
I found out from a guy at work his brother had a F14. This is back before anything got crazy.
Price-wise.
Exactly. And I actually tried to talk him down from the 800 because I only had arcade games at the time, and it was like, well, that's expensive. You know, I spent $300 on a Mortal Kombat with MK2 and MK1 in it. So he wouldn't come down. I bought it for $800. Got it home, and
that was probably even a steal then.
Yeah, I mean, well, 2004, somewhere in there, 2000. Yeah.
We'll have to ask Paige. I think there was a boom, but I think the boom was probably King of Kong era.
But, yeah. So I fucked that one up.
Oh.
We're past 2 minutes.
3 minutes is usually.
I, at the time, didn't know anything about anything, and I heard it had some corrosion on the main board from the batteries that were leaking.
Make sure you speak up.
I heard that little Coca-Cola would clean that off and fix your issue. Well, I did it, but I still had the machine on.
So he just poured Coca-Cola on his live
board on
working and turned on pinball machine to clear off a little bit of corrosion.
So it fried more stuff.
Did it just smoke instantly?
No, no. And so then I bought a main logic board off
What the F?
eBay. At the time, it was only $100 for a main logic board for this guy, and it fixed it to a certain degree, but it wasn't perfect.
Right.
And it never was perfect after that, pretty much.
Right.
And
but you always had that battery leakage.
Yeah, there was. I'm pretty sure there was a little.
We also have this dilemma to worry about down here with the unlevel floor to try to. But this isn't its final resting spot.
No, this is the holding area. This is like a purgatory. Before it gets in the house, either a game comes out here before it gets in the house, or it might stay out here before it's.
Even though there's that really choice Mario Brothers over there.
Oh yeah, perfect wide body with perfect side arc, monitors and all.
I agree. It's not 100% where I want it. I know I could get it in the right spot. But when do I have time to work on any of my own monitors? I don't even have time to film this video.
He didn't want to sell it though, by the way. Sure.
No, I had an extra one and I sold it to Mike basically for...
I got his original one. It's in my collection.
For next to nothing. I always give him the great deals. And
well, I did get a pretty good deal on that one.
I never really get many deals in return. Just a lot of grief.
He has nowhere to put anything. What kind of deal does he need?
I have a bunch of little slots right now.
He's always been into the little slots.
I need to get a storage unit and get all my games in the same spot.
So we got our table of accessories or Playfield parts. Oh, mama! Somehow I was able to miss that cord and that new table. That new used table.
Oh, don't ruin the bulb. Man, if I wouldn't get a copyright strike, I'd play the Sanford and Son theme song.
What is it? Do a little hum it.
I guess it's our own cover song, right? So they can't really get us for that.
They just showed your age, because I don't even remember what Sanford said.
But Mike has made progress, I'd say, in his little shop area out here. He does have the little toolbox going on over here.
Yeah.
And we had this all cleared off, and he got some monitors up here for us to, or for me to fix, I guess.
Shit, whatever. I'm not promoting it, but yeah, there's a little bit of space. Well, the mower should be in here, though.
Right, but if we need to do some work, you can pull the mower out. It's a lot better than we had it before, where we had nothing up there but just like stacks of stuff you weren't going to use.
Yeah.
It takes a village, right? We just got to call some more people.
I mean, I got a motorcycle over there I want to get out this summer and actually ride. The 600 Katana that just needs the carbs put back on.
Do you still have the
4 years.
Still have the little mini bikes?
Yeah, they're over there. They're running. I need to sell that one, that Yamaha.
But what about the go-kart? Did you still have the go-kart?
Traded the go-kart for Star Trek.
Oh, that's right.
All right, I'm going to have to heave-ho here. Hopefully I won't hurt my back. Maybe
need some help?
Come over here and... You know what? Well, yeah, you think you can lift?
No.
Okay, well, at least slide the stool underneath for me. So I don't have to, do both things.
Alright.
You really don't want to slide a pin on his leg.
You want more than that, maybe?
No, that's good. I don't want to press it on the bottom of the cab. Alright.
I don't want to take blame for it falling over.
Remember the last ones we had? You're like, man, that bee was up on some high heels.
Yeah.
We had one that was fully extended on these guys.
And rusted out, and we couldn't get it to budge.
Right.
So we had to have it on high heels without getting new leg levelers.
I don't miss those guys. I mean, like I said.
Which reminds me, my buddy got four or eight sets of brand new leg levelers delivered to him on accident. He's going to sell me.
Oh, yeah.
Up at the bar. I need to go by there and pick them up.
Before I do.
Just don't ever make it to the bar.
I know where that bar is at.
I know you know where it
I better go find it. Alright.
is. We need to take a break?
No, I'm missing some bolts. They're either on the table or I put them somewhere and don't remember.
See, this is where we need to have our topics ready.
Oh, I got topics. What do you want to talk about?
That way you can fill it in like a podcast. But, oh, you were telling your story on how you picked these up. You never even really started.
Oh, this guy here or the...
Well, you can go ahead and start on this one, but you were going to tell the story of the original.
Well, I kind of got through the original. Yeah, I got that through a guy at work, more or less. And
that was the $800 one?
Yeah, and it was fully working at the time. The only thing, it wasn't keeping high scores. So there's a little battery corrosion on the spots where the batteries went. At the time, I knew nothing about it. I just knew that you could clean that with some Coke.
We made that mistake.
I could have done probably with it turned off and been fine. Cleaned it all off, got it nice and...
I don't know about that.
That removes everything. Or basically, now I'd use vinegar just to get that corrosion off and a little bit of scraping.
Right idea, wrong product, wrong application,
wrong
and
do
time.
It when it's turned on.
But you did have a second one as well.
My brother-in-law, well, it wasn't my brother-in-law at the time. He had a pin at a friend's house, and it was another F14.
And he used to be a tech, kind of.
Yeah, he was kind of tech. He refelt the pool tables, and also worked on arcade games, because they're the easiest to work on, because it's all started power, more or less.
Replace a power supply, swap boards out.
He had this pen, and it was an F14, but it was never fully working. When he had it, it was kind of rigged. Like he had slings covered and stuff that wouldn't work, so it'd go directly into the...
oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Zip ties, and the out lanes were covered, so you never lost the ball out there.
So the idea was to... At one point, I had those two, F14, Heavy Metal Meltdown, and Dungeons & Dragons. And none of them worked fully, except for maybe Heavy Metal Meltdown. It was close to working fully. It just needed probably some lights. I don't even remember at the time.
I think it was just a switch or two whenever I looked at it.
I don't know.
No. When I looked at it, we had the battery issue, remember?
This is around 2012 or something. This is how I met Matt. I advertised for someone to come fix all three of those pins, and they would get the spare F14 as payment. And it blossomed into this.
Yeah. And this glorious friendship and YouTube channel.
Oh. Anyway.
I was like, oh, he's got his pins all set up nice in this room. Like, I can't imagine that he wouldn't at least somewhat take care of them. Like, how much work could they possibly need?
Take care of them, man. They were taken care of. They were just, you heard what I did to them.
Yeah, but the one your brother-in-law got, which is the one I was going to end up with, was FUBAR. There were lots of modifications that had been done.
Well, it was a free pinball. What do you expect?
Right. And you wanted all the good parts off of it.
Oh, yeah.
I got to keep all the bad parts. Of course. And
you're also supposed to buy the new stuff.
No, that I was never going to do. That made no sense.
It did at the time of the deal.
No. Maybe to you. I never thought that was part of the deal. Your stuff needed so much money and parts, I could have just went out and bought my own machines.
But back then we didn't know.
I knew.
You did not either. You weren't as educated as you are now.
I was just showing you what flipper rebuild kits cost, and you were like, can't we just make a...
Take one off of here and
we'll
there.
Use these parts, right?
Use these 4 flip. I mean, there's 8 flippers on here, so
we only needed 2, right?
4 of these should work properly, and then whatever's left over, that's your problem. Fucker, we missing one bolt.
One leg bolt.
One leg bolt.
Well, I mean,
I got some in the house, I bet.
One will do us for now, I'm sure. think we're planning on giving it the business tonight, are we?
Yeah, probably not. Just set it up. We gotta make sure we close the garage. I got a leg bolt right in the...
Well, we're going to have to pause here in a second. We're getting to be about 15, 16 minutes.
What is that?
It does not like to process clips bigger than that for some reason.
Oh, okay. Where is...
We'll go ahead and take a break now, and we'll be right back.
Break in the action!
And we were looking for a leg bolt.
Left it in the truck, found it. Let's put it on there. You ready? Alright. Yep. Get these back legs on. Then we're gonna check out the playfield, see how far it's been stripped down, which is gonna be helpful to us because we're gonna end up putting a protective coating over it. Runs about $109. You can put it directly over the playfield. It'll take care of any cupping issues you have. It'll protect it.
And it was just called Playfield Protector, right?
Right. I think so.
Just reaffirming. I think that's what it's called.
So that's the plan. Might as well wipe all the stuff's off of it. Go ahead and put that on there.
We can kind of see some of the playfield in here. And so there is some like plastics. There's some stuff that would need to come off before the
there's a few things still on there.
protector would go on there. But we can at least get it set up. Is it going to... It's probably going to search for a ball and kick all the coils and stuff, so we may not want to fire it up. I'm not sure if that's a great idea.
Basically, the guy that I got it from was in the middle of redoing the stencils on the playfield before he went ahead and put the protector on there. So, yeah, I mean...
I don't think we're in turn it on shape is all I was saying.
I don't think it'll hurt anything. What's it going to hurt?
Well, I mean, there's no reason to have it dry fire all the solenoids in the inside. Because it's going to be searching for balls and doing its self-test.
The balls could still be in the drop. I'm not sure for certain.
Yeah, but there's no flippers. I mean, you probably have your solenoids hanging on the bottom,
all
right?
the bottom stuff's there.
It's all mounted?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there's a lot more to the playfield than I thought. I thought the playfield was just...
No, it's not totally... Like I said,
just the ramps and stuff are taken off.
Ramps, the plastics, and this side here. Well, all you see that's on the table. This goes over this part over here. The apron, of course. But the plastic piece, all you really have to do at this point to get it on there is remove that, probably that there, and maybe this assembly up here too, I guess. So it's going to take a little bit. But if you look, I mean, at this playfield, it's an 87, so usually there's a bunch of wear
around up the top, right?
Yeah, really bad, and you usually see also a mylar wear up on this portion there, which there isn't. Now it's not perfect by any means. There's some discoloration there. You can still see that little bit of mylar there, a little bit there. But the guy I got it from already started replacing the decals. These guys, I got another sheet somewhere. Yeah, because it's actually these guys. He did them on this side, right here. So they're larger numbers, and the other ones you can see are faded, and they were smaller. So I guess they made the font bigger. He did a pretty good job, so it looks pretty good. I'll probably go ahead and finish what he started. He said he just took a little X-Acto knife and scraped off the number itself, so this one would be completely visible, and then the black outline and everything will take care of the old decal. So, yep. These aren't original. I don't know how these got here. Those should be black, I think, and more flush. My translight's in decent shape. There's a little crack up in this portion here. Matt says it's pretty pricey nowadays. Oh, there's a crack down here.
They're just all pricey.
Yeah, everything nowadays is overpriced.
I don't know. They probably were always the same price.
You should be able to pick one up for $50, I would think.
You'd think it wouldn't be that expensive to print translights. It's not like they paid for the rights to print them. If that was the case, then I would understand.
See if I can find my flashlight. I know I brought it over here. At least I can grab my trusty dusty.
We just have the one Continental Circus game running.
Yeah, she's got track mode still, so she gets loud once in a while. I was about ready to trade it away, put a new monitor in it, and I still have it though. So they decided they wanted too much.
So there's no batteries in it, I see.
Yep.
Or is there?
There's no batteries.
They're up above.
No, right here.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And no corrosion on the terminals there. This big bad boy has got a big dent in it right there. And this is on the power board. And supposedly half the solenoids aren't firing. Other than that, everything else is working. Haven't checked anything on this guy yet. Fuses or they all look kind of good. This one might be suspect. This one looks like it's got a.
This is the same power board I freaking hate.
Yeah, basically what we're gonna do is just replace this with a new Rotten Dog power supply. It's $104. It'll save you a lot of headaches.
Right.
You could try to rebuild it, but
it's just poorly designed in my opinion. But not even in my opinion.
In a lot of people's opinion.
And the guy that owns the electronics store where I buy parts wanted to see it.
How would he even know that?
He looked at it and then looked at the schematics. This is over the course of, several months of me coming in and trying to figure out what was wrong with it. And he started looking at it, and then the next time I came in, he gave me the story about
how the techs in the arcade industry were the NASA rejects.
The people who designed the circuits in these boards, the guys who were brilliant went and worked for NASA. And the guys that got D's and C's students went and worked for Atari and Williams. And
man, that cable, well,
it's not always the case. There are some well-designed stuff, but this one is just bad.
Looks like he got a little hack cable in here. It's working, but he made himself a 12-pin cable out of a 20. It's all in one piece, so it's okay. So yeah, we'll go through the. I mean, I think we could plug it in and see what we got. I'm
gonna take a picture of what the Rotten Dog replacement board looks like, and we'll show you. Like, it's missing the giant heat sink off of it, first of all.
This wouldn't ruin the cap, though. And, I wonder how that even got dented. I mean, you see a dent?
Yeah. Is it a dent?
That's a dent. It's like it.
Well, if somebody pulled that from another machine.
And this fuse looks like it's corroded in the middle of it. It's got some oxidation, about a eighth of an inch. So
yeah, the newer replacement board, there's just a tenth, same size board, but like a tenth of the parts on it, of course.
I see a little heat damage right in this area.
Something smoked over there.
Transistors, yeah. That could indicate some issues with solenoids, because these guys are what usually operates your solenoids, right?
I think it's those banks down lower, but I'd have to look at the schematics. I'm not sure what that is up there.
But
somebody else with a little bit more knowledge of pinball probably knows.
Hopefully it's not a cluster, a rat's nest. I think we'll be able to get her going. We got more potential than our previous versions.
Mike's excited though. He wanted this one back. I said no the whole time.
Yeah,
he kept asking me, "Well, would you do this or this?" And
no,
I just said,
get it.
"I wouldn't get that machine at all."
No.
I'm so sick of hearing the attract mode that I could go the rest of my life without hearing it again.
My first pin. I gotta have it in my life. Oh, this is correct.
I guess I've just been around too many games. I just don't have that.
How many F14s you been around?
Too many.
My two, huh?
I want the strikes and spares that my
Here's my
dad
third.
bought. Other than that, and I just want that because of like sentimental reasons.
Well, that's what this has for me.
Yeah, but
This is my strikes.
can't be
and spares.
sentimental reasons from your 30s, your 40.
Nah, I was 20 something. Yeah, this is my strikes and spares, man. You gotta understand.
No way it could be the same. My dad bought the strikes and spares. Your dad would have turned this down both times.
Pop's not a video game lover. He'll play some of the EMs.
But there weren't any. There wasn't any battery corrosion, is why I was asking.
Nope. No
So
battery
we're gonna have to like put the remote battery holder in.
Right. Definitely, we'll pull that off the board.
Have
We
to
don't
make
wanna
sure
risk any
there's no hidden corrosion too. Which it could look fine from the front. And it could look fine until you get it out and look at the back of it and go, oh no.
Pull up and look at the playfield here. Hopefully I won't break the glass. He was telling me about how he removed the glass from his Black Knight 2000, the newest version, and set it on some cement and it shattered.
The brand
Everywhere.
new one? I
Yeah.
think there's another new one, right? Another
No,
Stern?
it's the newest Black Knight, whatever it is.
Oh no, they remade it.
Yeah. So, yeah, he said he set it down on some cement and it just shattered in his hands. It went all over the playfield. Yeah, it was a big mess.
Yeah, you don't want to set them down. You gotta set them down just right on concrete.
It was missing the apron.
It's actually if you set them down just wrong.
I'm
on
doing this
concrete.
actually just because I know there's some stuff in here that I need to pull out that fell inside it when I tilted it over to move it. But I mean, here you can see the.
Hang on, I'm gonna get you some more light on there. All right, come around.
Your free dental tool, which is good for
You never know.
picking at stuff, you know. So I mean, this is actually pretty clean. The previous versions I had these all knocked off to a certain degree. They were missing, and we never replaced them. I mean,
You're
it's
talking
only
to the
lighting.
lamp instead of the camera.
You're
talking
yeah,
to
I'm
the-
talking to the light. Is the camera on?
Yeah, it's on.
Hopefully it's still on at least. Okay. So yeah, a lot of these were broken off on my old one, and this seems pretty complete.
Those little relay boards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is more from our lighting. I didn't really see the difference or see the issue. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad underneath. Hopefully, like I said,
There were a lot of mysteries on the second one that you had. Your first one was pretty cut and dry. It didn't look like it had been molested, but the one from your brother-in-law was there were some wiring that was questionable here and there.
It was definitely rigged. The one I had was just I damaged it. Kind of feels like some.
Well, he put a sticker over it, so there's going to be some, you know, it won't be
scratching
perfect.
on that, yeah.
Oh, I don't know about scratch. I was just saying it won't be perfectly flat.
A little bit of damage right here where it's got scraped up. But it's a game from '87.
I think that's
It's not. It doesn't matter if it's 100% because it's never going to be worth more than 2,500.
I think that's
which is
about hurt
steep.
damage.
It's kind of sticky. Yeah, I mean, it probably is. But I mean, if it's not smoothed out, it'll change the direction of the pinball. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can fry it.
You got to turn it on
Yeah.
without testing voltages or anything.
We live on the edge here. At least I do.
In Dixon's Arcade.
Nothing yet. Alright. Well,
there's no batteries in it, so you're gonna have it's gonna say adjust failure.
Did we see anything underneath here that might short anything out?
Yeah, all of it.
Matt's protecting his butt.
I mean, we are on YouTube. You know, you don't want to promote doing the wrong thing.
Don't do this at home.
Do not try this at home. Adjust failure, just like I said.
That's the perfect thing. We
So,
used to know the sequence.
Just turn it off and on real fast.
Oh yeah, you can do the trick.
Right.
Factory setting?
I know how to do it.
No, it went to factory settings, so it should. Or is this supposed to go right into?
No, you want to get it.
mode?
There it is.
There it is. Heck yeah. I don't want to use the F word, but heck yeah. That's beautiful. Look at those displays, Matt. Something we never had.
So that's how you trick it to get it past the adjust failure.
Right. Basically, what you need to do is put the batteries in it and adjust the settings so it remembers where it's at. If not, it does it.
If you don't have batteries in it, every time it's going to say adjust failure. But just a quick way to get past that is just to turn it off and on real fast.
Right. It's a trick for this or for these.
And I'll cut this out and make it its own separate little clip to help people. Because there's probably a lot of people that have their machine on an adjust failure, and so that little clip.
Well, we don't want to tell them we want you to sell those machines to us.
Well, that too.
Yeah. So
if you're watching this video to fix your own machine,
you
do not do that.
What happened?
Call us.
Yes, because it's broke, and you should get out of your house before your wife gets more mad at you.
All right, you about ready to wrap her up?
Wrap what up? Look at this beauty. Come on, we got full displays.
Well, let me start another clip here.
Why?
Because we're too long.
Again? Jeez. Hell yeah. It's Arcade Bottom Feeders number 42. I'm going to wrap this baby up for now. I'm going to do some work to it before we get all back together and be able to play it. I'm going to go ahead and put the protective covering over this guy. Put everything back on the Playfield. I'm going to clean it real good before protective covering over it. Go ahead and replace these stencils here, like these here. Like he's already, started. Since I have them, might as well go ahead and use them. Also, it's just, I'm extremely happy with it because it's in a lot better condition than I thought it would be. It is going to hopefully be easier than I thought it would be.
And we're actually going to be, even at this stage, we're farther along than where we were with the other two. So.
Right. We had display issues with the others. It worked initially. We blew them both out. We got a little bit of a display issue, but you think it's a pin or maybe
cold solder joint, probably.
So nothing major. We don't have pin balls in this guy, or it won't coin up right now.
Well, we don't want to play it and mar up this nice play field until we're ready to.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
I'm trying to talk them into it.
Let me see if we can start a game. Let me simulate all the pinballs in here, and maybe it'll fire up. I got enough fingers.
Big old sausage fingers. Nope.
Oh, I got no credits. Well, there's no battery, so I didn't save my credits.
Of course not.
So that there should be a sound there with that credit up, so there's something there that we're missing, but that's small potatoes, right?
Could be an adjustment.
Alright, we'll fire it now.
There it is.
It thinks it has all the pinballs in there, but it doesn't.
What happens if you pull your fingers out? Nothing? Well, you don't have any flippers in. So.
No flippers, can't flip anything. But that's how the game starts, with the sound of the F14.
We might have to cap that soundboard or
Yeah, I'm sure.
There's some kind of hum. I think Jeremy had a way that he fixed his turtles. I don't remember what he just put in better speakers, right?
Right, yeah, he said you could buy, you had to get to the expensive speakers that they sell at get car stereo speakers at your local Walmart, and they're better than what is in here, and it would just
all of a sudden sounded better.
take out of your yeah. My scores are
Oh, I didn't know you were doing that. Sorry.
yeah, they're all kind of just trying to see what we got here. So all my drop targets seem to be working, which is awesome. Can't really test these guys. There's probably no. And so, but my scoring's going.
So really, the next step would be place an order, and then we can start taking stuff off this Playfield and documenting where everything goes.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy some stuff to go ahead. I mean, the way this is functioning, we probably could use that old power supply, but we're not gonna mess with it. It's too.
We can run it right now, test it, make sure it's putting out the right voltages. If everything's working right now, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but get the other one.
It's 104 for the new aftermarket version, which is updated with better technology. And it's just a no-brainer.
Well, let's go ahead and get everything going on it with its current one, as long as it's putting out the correct voltages and everything's working. Because we do have some solenoid issues, right?
Yes.
So you want to make sure that that's not coming from there.
Solenoids wasn't working. So we're hoping it was the power supply that's causing that issue. We did see some components that were a little toasty in there. And it didn't look like a whole bunch. So.
It could be just a bad pin to the driver board. We'll figure that out on the next one, though.
We got us a nice F14. Going to go back in the collection and get my first pin back. I'm excited about that. And hopefully you'll stick around and watch the full restore of this bad boy.
And if you haven't seen Mike's Arcade, check out this video right down here in the corner.
Mike's Arcade?
Your arcade.
Oh.
The talent. And see all the different games Mike's got laying around in the bathroom, everywhere.
It's Mikey Mo's Arcade.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
So these two right here are going to be ground and 5 volt. So what do we get here? Did I not turn the game on? I didn't turn the game on. I guess that would help. Hang on.
Here it is. A nice little trade. The person I traded got what they wanted. I got what I wanted. And a pretty good deal on it, too. Super hang on.
That comes later.
Yeah.
Okay. It's on fire.
What? Whoa.
Lots of smoke.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah, well, thanks for watching.
When you take care of people, people take care of you in this community.
That's the truth.
So everyone, please remember that. Even if we're competitors, we're not enemies.